Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Okay, these are a set of questions.
Yep.
How do you improve upon your methods? What is your daily learning process, as you mentioned earlier?
Daily learning, I have a tool. I have a spreadsheet called WIP, which is work in progress. So what I do is I have customer name, I have the details like where we are at, and then there is a comment section where I actually put the lessons learned. If anything had gone wrong with that client, I always put it there so that next time we don't repeat the mistake. So that actually helps us improve upon our methods, and it's like an unconscious learning every time. We take a next step further, we take a next step further. So it's actually a perpetual learning, and mostly I've seen the mistakes which we used to do, and I've actually prepared a step-by-step process for purchases and for refinances. So what I do is I teach my team also, the same way. I actually trained a couple of people literally from different industries in a week's time, and they started settling, on their own, like, 5 million a month or something on their own, like brand new start, just because of those tools and those methods. Because once you know exactly what to do, what to say, how to lodge it, what the bank wants to hear, and you learn it as a lesson every day, it kind of brings better results day by day. So these are my tools.
What is your good month, and what are your targets?
To me, it's like it's an ongoing thing. Like I believe in unlimited thoughts. It's in a way. Okay, well, let me be realistic as well. You can't be unlimited right at the beginning. Like you have to go step by step. So in my 5 to 6 years of this own business, I have actually increased every year, the targets and the learnings and the results. So far we're sitting at, like we had the best month actually last month, 18 million settlements straight, 1 month, 18 million. I'm now focusing on better quality clients, and I'm focusing on better processes so that, we can keep on increasing those. My target for at least this quarter is 25 million a month settlements, not just lodgements, but settlements. This is my mantra I kind of repeat in my mind on a daily basis. So I hope we'll get there soon, but we're kind of there. We're almost there.
Do you think personal life is linked to business life, and a good person can be a good business person?
You asked me a question which I can go on and on, because I'm a very philosophical person otherwise. I think yes. I was actually it's actually a timely question, because I was reading Jack Welch's book, Jack, the CEO of GE. It's funny actually, the biggest idea he had to revamp the whole structure of GE was at the time when he was having dinner with his wife Carolyn. So he actually drew it on a paper napkin, saying this is what my vision is, to his wife, and then took it further. And in 20 years he established it. And I was listening to the CEO of Goldman Sachs this morning, early morning. I have a habit of listening to all these, successful people early in the morning, because your mind is fresh and you learn skills from them. And he said exactly the same thing. He said to be a successful person, it's not just the money factor. It's like you have to be an interesting person. You have to actually be likable, first of all, which we business people, we tend to forget all the time. Because I remember last year I was so focused. Obviously you have to cut down on your social entertainment, aspect of life, but and then hence you kind of create more, well, not enemies, but kind of your friends think, well, you're snobbish, you're not coming along with us and things like that. But you have to sacrifice those things to achieve certain things in life. But the thing is that, okay, that's one part of life, and yes, you have to achieve targets as well, but at the end of the day, you still need that balance. It's very, very important, which we learn gradually. Yes, focus is very important, everything is important, but balance is also equally important. You miss on one thing, you tend to then long for that. So yes, personal life is very, very important, and it is linked. And your question when you said that whether a good person can be a good businessman. Look, I think goodness and badness is actually, if you read, again, I'm going to quote these people because I read a lot, and I think like Socrates has said that everything is relative. Morality is actually a relative factor. So I don't know what's good and bad. I mean, as far as you don't harm anybody else, as far as you are not selfish enough to, step onto somebody else's requirements or needs, that's what I consider good, but at the end of the day you have to look after yourself. That's very, very important in life as well. So I don't know, I can't define what's good and bad. Like Robert A. Heinlein has said that one person's theology could be other person's belly laugh. So, but coming back to your question that whether personal life is linked to business life, I'm 100% sure it is. Because we are actually, a character is defined by its totality, not just like, we're very good in business, but I'm rubbish at home. I don't treat my partner really well. I don't treat my children very, very well, but I'm the CEO of a company. I don't think that's really, a person who would be admirable, in that respect.
How do you define money-making process or creating wealth concept in your own philosophy?
Very good question, actually. I really like that question because I think money making is nothing but self-evolutionary concept. And the reason why I say that, you're actually looking at a person who is absolutely, like when I was in school, I mean, I was actually, there was a bit of a contradiction there because I was always number one in my school, but I was still a very lazy person. Like, I would sleep till midday and, like all teenagers are, I guess, But then when I started my own business, it was like having a baby, and you have to discipline yourself as a mom, So I think it was a self-evolutionary process, and money comes if you stick to your value system, if you stick to the customers, focus, be attentive to their requirements. If you are prompt enough, like I'm a kind of person, if a customer has sent me a question, I have to finish that before I go to bed at night. Like I just cannot leave it for the next day. I'm that kind of a person. And that customer service reflects in your day-to-day interaction with your customers. And that brings you success as well. And success brings you money. So money is a tail behind who you are, I think. That's what I believe.
What kind of people you would like to have on your team?
What kind of people would I like to have in my team?
Yes.
Okay. Another good question, actually. I don't want to give a stereotypical answer that, oh, I need passionate people, I need this kind of people. I don't know, people are people. I think a team which can complement each other, like one person, I know that mostly passionate people, they don't have eye for detail. And our business, our industry has actually, has 90, I mean, one person should have 90% eye for detail to be a successful loan writer. It's not just lead generation. Lead generation is definitely part of it. But I think lead generation, again, I have to probably start a new conversation here, because lead generation is when you do really well or good for one client, leads start to generate. It's a momentum you create, by doing the best with one client. So I have seen in my past experience that a passionate person may not be a really focused or an attentive person, but our loan writing industry needs attentiveness to detail, eye for detail. So I would rather have a mix of people, passionate, yes, people who can bring more business, but then they should have an admin person or a person who sits down behind the desk and goes through the documents very clearly and checks it properly, lodges it, in a perfect style to the bank, so that the deal comes back approved, because and that needs a lot of eye for detail. So I would rather have a combination of those skills as a team which complements to each other, and grow together as a team towards one goal.